For all of you ladies, and hey, gentlemen, why not? If you are out there and you're an entrepreneur and you run a side hustle, maybe you run a full-time side hustle, today's guest is one that you're going to listen to over and over, and you're going to actually want to share this one with your friends, to your teams, to your groups, so that they can glean from her genius. We're going to tap into one of her special geniuses, and give you all of the contacts, how to get a hold of her. But our guest today is teaching women about creating success on their own terms. She's gone from a single mom to one of America's leading authorities on women's leadership. Dr. Cortney Baker is in the house. She's an award-winning entrepreneur, host of the podcast Women in Business, which is rockstar awesome. She inspirational stories of women's entrepreneurs with Dr. Cortney, author, business mentor, TEDx speaker, and a nationally recognized authority on women's leadership. She's been featured on Fox News, iHeart Radio, Forbes, and Huffington Post, and among numerous more publications too long for this podcast. So Texas Businesswoman of the Year, we want to add that one though, and a top 100 healthcare leader, CEO of an 8-figure, that's the 2 comma club, y'all, and national enterprise there. So what is her mission? If you asked her, she'd say it's to decrease the gender gap by helping women start and scale their services and their service-based businesses. Hey, Dr. Cortney. Whew, I can breathe now.
Hey.
That's a big old bio.
Wow. Yeah, big old bio. I like that. Big old bio.
I was like,
well, she's from
that
Texas.
needs to be simplified.
No, it's awesome. Thank you for coming on with us today. We're excited.
Well, thanks. It's good to be here with you guys, with y'all.
With y'all. You have to say y'all because you're from Texas.
Yeah.
Where in Texas are
Yes.
you? At what general vicinity? Dallas, Austin?
Dallas.
Dallas. All right. I'm about 3 hours from Dallas. I do a trip in every once in a while, so we'll have to hook up.
I am too. I am too if I fly.
Yeah. That's right.
Yeah.
That's right.
Well,
Yeah.
if y'all come here, I'll take you to get some tacos,
Oh,
Nice.
good.
Nice.
I'll be there.
enchiladas.
That's all I needed. Okay.
Yeah, good stuff. You started out as a single teenage mom, and
I did.
and you went straight into speech pathologist, and then decided, screw that, I'm going to do this myself. And now you're at a 2 comma business and serving children all over the place. Tell us just a little bit about that.
So I had my son 6 months after I graduated high school. I was on Medicaid and food stamps, and all my friends went off to college, and I was going to the WIC office.
Yeah.
And then that was interesting. And then fast forward through what I lovingly call a trial marriage. And I'd started school in Illinois and got my master's degree in speech pathology, communication disorders and sciences. And then came home and brought my husband now with me. We weren't married at the time. And then took about a year and a half in the workforce, and just got sick of being an undervalued employee, and basically was like, I can do this shit myself.
Yeah.
So I said that I could, and I did, even though I was 4 months pregnant at the time, and it was right after September 11th. And my husband was working the night shift at the Office Max warehouse, and buckled down and got it done. And now we opened in October 27th of 2003. So we just celebrated our 16-year anniversary.
Wow.
Congratulations.
Yeah. Thank you. And now we have 11 locations over 3 states, and we have about 600 employees, and we have had the privilege of serving over 100,000 children with special
Oh my
needs.
goodness.
Wow.
Oh,
Yay.
my
Everybody
goodness.
clap. We're all doing a clap.
Wow.
Yay.
Yeah, little guys, little babies.
Awesome.
Well, and older kids, but 0 to 18.
Yeah. So how did you go from doing that to all of a sudden deciding, you know what, there's these, I know you have your show, the side hustle to a CEO. How does bridge us there?
So in 2012, I categorize entrepreneurs as either builders or sustainers.
Okay.
Wow.
And I am a builder. Sustaining drives me crazy.
Me
And
too.
I was in a position where we were really sustaining, and I thought, this is not fueling my soul anymore. And since I had been that single mama, I had wanted to get my doctorate degree. And so I was like, you know, it's 2012. I was 37 at the time. And I thought, I'm going to go back. I mean, I'm going to set the company up so we can really grow while I'm not here. And in August of 2012, I started my doctoral program at Pepperdine University in organizational leadership, so leadership for businesses. And I just absolutely loved it. And in orientation, we had to write our 80th birthday toast. And I realized at that point, like, I was not living as the person that I wanted to be remembered for. And I shit you not, a month later, I had a stroke in 2 places, and I had a 7-hour brain surgery.
Wow.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah. And I thought, you know what? I have been given a second chance. I better make damn sure that I am living the legacy that I want to leave behind. So I focused my studies on women's leadership and looked at the gender gap and wanted to find out why some women make it past and why some women don't. And so the research that I found was basically the 4 challenges that women go through when advancing their careers. And then I thought about my journey and my experience and the research, and I said, you know, what can I do to narrow this gender gap for women to really now?
Yeah.
Because we're more than 100 years away from gender equality at the C level.
Right.
And that pisses me off.
Right.
So I was like, what can I do now to change that trajectory for my daughters who are 16 and 12?
That's
So
amazing. That's so good. You
that's
mentioned
why I help women now to start and scale their own service-based businesses.
Doctor, you mentioned there were 4 challenges. Can you give us just one of those?
Absolutely. The common denominator of all 4 is how many women lacked confidence. Even at the executive level.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I agree. Yeah.
Why do you think why are we still so behind in confidence? Because, you know, my daughter and I were talking about this, I think it was yesterday. We're saying we're watching some very high class television, 90 Day Fiance. And we're talking about how you have this guy who's got the pudgy belly. He's just not physically fit or healthy looking. And, you know, he just stands in front of the mirror and sees Atlas. And he had so much confident enough to go after some just really hot girl. And then you have these women who are very attractive or very successful, and they don't have the same confidence. And we were just talking about that in general, why do you think we just don't have the confidence?
Well, I think
Big
there's
question.
several reasons.
Right.
Yeah. I mean, you look at the society that we've grown up in, especially, you know, our generation and even older, like, be seen and not heard, be polite, mind your manners. And that, and now, you know, you have to, and there is nothing wrong with some Spanx, but you have to have Spanx to keep you in. You have to have this makeup cream. You have to have this hairspray, this, you know, whatever. And it's like, who's telling Bubba he needs to suck in his gut and put some Spanx on?
Right. Nobody.
So how do we quiet those nasty sisters in our head?
Well, you know what? Those nasty sisters in our head need to get quieted, because another one of the challenges that women face when growing their careers is other women. And how many women, because of that nasty voice, try to claw women. You know, we act like crabs in a barrel.
Right. Yeah. Pulling you back down. Don't go up. Oh, look at her trying to think she's something and pull you back in.
Yeah.
Wow.
Who does she think she is? We hope she thinks she's a CEO.
Right. Yes.
Absolutely.
Darlene, are you here? I mean, I'm hearing that the same thing is happening with almost, with ourselves when we're talking, when we have guests coming on. We keep coming back to mindset. We keep coming back to the inner mean girl.
Yep.
Miss Bossy Pants in there who's telling you you're not good enough, you're not smart enough, you're too fat, too thin, too tall, too white, too black, too brown, whatever. You wear glasses now. You have your Invisalign in. We're hearing that as the common denominator in almost every topic that we bring to this show, into our audience. And I think that there's a reason for that. We're fanning a fire here that we got to get it. Do you agree? Just got to get this. We got to somehow get this to our core about confidence. Now, I think that your superpower here is resilience. You told me that.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like that if we can build resilience, we'll build confidence. Can you speak to that?
Absolutely. I mean, resilience and confidence, it's like a muscle, but you got to keep using it so you can grow it. And honestly, I believe, so there was a professor at Ohio State University named Richard Petty. He may still be there, I don't know, but he defined confidence as the stuff that turns thoughts into actions. And I thought about that and I was like, I think that confidence is so much more than that, because you look at it, like even gerbils in a hamster wheel or whatever are in motion. That doesn't make them confident.
Yeah.
So I have my own theory, and I believe that confidence is found at the intersection of courage to know your purpose and faith to walk in that purpose. And right where you find that intersection, that's where your confidence lies.
Oh,
Can you say that again?
Visual on that.
Say that one more time.
Yeah.
So everybody who's taking notes, let's say it again.
Yeah.
So confidence is found at the intersection of courage to identify your purpose and faith to walk in that purpose.
Okay, we can end the whole podcast, Charlie. That's it.
Mic drop.
All I need. Bye. Oh my God, the things that you just opened up in my head at my age, you have no idea. You are a huge blessing to me and probably the millions that are listening too. I'll let them in on it. Thank you, Dr. Cortney. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. I'm not, I don't blow smoke.
She doesn't. She'll just sit there and be quiet.
Yeah. I'll either be quiet when I cry, and I got tears that you can't see. That I've never heard it explained like that before. And it resonated like a big, huge trombone in me at my age. I just always say my age. And, anybody can fill in their blank. I don't care.
Well, and I think and we talk about, I don't want to be age is just a number, but we talk about it's a maturity age.
Ongoing.
It's a season in your life, and it's a season, Darlene and I had a conversation last week and we're saying, things that, maybe at 70, she may not want to do anymore. And I'm thinking, hey, women at 20 don't want to do that because they're doing their littles and they're too busy. I mean, or they maybe are building a career in their 30s and it's not really about a number as much as where are you at in your life? And we have women, Dr. Cortney, we have women let's hit a couple areas, several women who September, they just shipped their children off. Their last kid went to kindergarten or first grade, and now they're gone all day long. And they're like, okay, well, I have a college degree or maybe not, or I have experience in something. So I guess I need to use that now, but I've been away from my career for so long, even 6 years. And now am I relevant? How do I gain my confidence now to step back into that? Or I've been doing this little side hustle here for this. Should I take it full time? Could I do that? Could I really make money doing that? And I'm seeing what you just said right now as a way for them to stand. They can stand at that crossroads, or they're walking towards the crossroad. And now they have a new thing to look for. So how do you coach women that are ready to go to this next? They're ready to step into this new thing, and they need the confidence, and they're scared.
So there's two camps here. There's the I don't know what I want to do, and they go down one path, and then and I will send them down that path, but I'm not the guide on that path.
Mm-hmm.
But if they know what they want to do and they're like, let's giddy up, let's go, then that is when I will say, give me your hand, let's walk. And I will take them down the entire process of starting their business. If they may have a business name, they may not, go through the entire process of getting legal, getting their bank set up, because not every bank is for small businesses, and walk down that road and say, watch that pitfall, watch that pothole, let's go, let's keep going, go this way, navigate this way, put your blinders on because there's cars coming. It is a whole road that we go down, and I am there every step of the way because my success is on their success.
And do you find that there's so many women who walk down these roads for a lot of their life, maybe even if it's their side? Let's talk about their side hustle. We have a lot of women and who listen who do have they have big or little side hustles. I had a side hustle that my team did $500,000 in a year, but I didn't treat it like a business. Wasn't treating it like I didn't, and I have to be honest with you, I didn't know how. I'm just recently, I have a minor in business administration, but I didn't, and I knew like how to make a spreadsheet, or I knew all those little things, but I didn't have a mindset of a business owner. And it's just been recently that I've been listening and coached by people who are teaching me to change my mindset so that I'm actually a business owner. Do you see that a lot for women?
If people are paying you to do something and you don't have someone in between, like your boss, you are running a business. Like that side hustle is a business. And the IRS doesn't care if you see it like that or not. You have taxes, you have liabilities, you have things that you're responsible for that come with that responsibility.
What do you think the women have? Let's get back to resilience. Are you seeing that they have to be more resilient in, or where they struggle with resilience the most in?
One of the biggest ones is when things don't go right. When you're told no, oh, they don't want to work with me. Well, guess what? High five them, keep walking. It's like, it's not a character flaw that Joe Blow doesn't need social media marketing services. Keep walking.
Pull up the Spanx.
Yeah. Put your big girl pants on and let's go.
Yeah.
And so, and I don't take that lightly. When people go through those things and they're having a really hard time, I don't just look at them and say, giddy up, let's roll. I say, what about that really tells you, how is his opinion of not needing social media services, where is that resonating that you to the core are taking this so personally? Because there was nothing personal about that. And help them reframe those experiences so they see, oh, well, maybe and I have this term that I lovingly use, but you're going to kiss a lot of frogs. That's okay. Kiss the frog, keep moving. Because the more frogs you kiss, the closer you're going to get to your ideal customer, your ideal person you're going to hire. But you never know that if you don't kiss frogs.
We always say whether it's fail forward, John Maxwell's training, we all have read those, and I don't care what age bracket, people have read that, but we don't like, it's that whole thing, well, that hurt my feelings, or maybe this just isn't for me because I got 4 no's today. Guess what? You're going to get 5 yeses tomorrow.
Yes. Yes.
But if you do, I think that's where that faith comes in. Correct me if I'm wrong. That intersection of confidence. Excuse me. You said from, excuse me, I hope you can cut that out. Where did my voice, the frog got it. The
frog got your voice.
The frog got my voice. You were talking about the intersection of knowing your purpose and then the faith. Is that where the faith comes in? And I faith think it until you do it.
Yeah, and people say, fake it till you make it, and I think
I like that. Faith it until you make it. Good job, darling. Yeah, faith it till you make it.
There you go. But I say be it till you believe it.
I love that.
Yeah. Be it. Yeah. Instead of
Be it till you believe it. I was listening. I have the visual in my head, and I'm going to video it and send it to both of y'all, and I'll post it. My little Maya, who is 20 months old, or she will throw herself on the ground and just she's at that going into terrible twos, throw herself on the ground, and she's just throwing a fit. And I'll ask Eliza, who's 3, why is Maya crying? And she said, "Mommy knowed her." And I just had that visual of us, going after something, and we get the no, and then we quit and throw down and throw a fit because someone knowed us. Oh,
That's good.
He knowed me. I mean, men don't do that. Men do not do that.
No.
They don't
You're
quit.
knowing yourself.
Yes. The answer was already no when I got there. So
right.
They just confirm. That was already no. So
men go F it. It's like I'm out.
Yeah.
Next.
Yeah. Your loss.
Yeah. Exactly. I was taught early in sales that I worked for an insurance company, and they would give us the sheets, and then I remember being in Mary Kay, they did this. They gave us sheets, and you had to find 100 no's. You'd have to go after 100 no's. That was your goal, not yeses, but 100 no's. And you wanted them to know you. It became a game in your mind, but it was really to change the mindset, right? That you were actually.
I remember you'd get a yes and go, oh no, now I got to
start over
again.
Yeah, because you have to start over once you get a yes until you got and you never got 100 no's, never. Someone eventually will say yes, and then you start realizing your numbers, and then it becomes a game to you. But yeah, I like that. We that resilience, and it's simple for us to say, oh well, just dust off and move on. But really, it's a mindset shift.
A mind shift.
Don't say that 13 times
a
in a row.
Shift.
A
mind shift.
Anyhow.
Yeah, that's what it is.
I got it right here. Be it till you believe it. Look, right here. There we go. I'm gonna put this on me for the rest of my life. Here we go.
That's a weird tattoo, Darlene.
Well, some people get tattoo and they get posted.
Post it. It's good.
At my age, when the tattoo droops, it's not a pretty sight. Okay, just saying.
Oh my gosh,
get that visual.
Yeah,
I really like that. Everybody stop. No, don't.
No.
The resilience. Okay, so I got no'd. I dust off. I go to the next thing, and we have people who get no'd, whether they're salespeople and they're going after new customers, right? They need to get resilient in. If that's their service-based businesses, you're in sales.
Yeah.
You're going to get no's.
Yeah.
Not everybody likes peppermint gum. So not everyone's going to, you're just not for everyone. They may not need your service.
And that's okay. That is not a character flaw.
Is there a tool?
Personally,
is there a tool that you can help with that mind shift? Or we say that, like, how do we shake somebody even ourselves and say, stop taking it personal?
Well, I have Lucy, and she sits right here on my shoulder.
Lucy.
Yes.
Lucy. And she looks just like me, and she's little, and she puts her little legs hangs over here, and she's the voice of, you're not enough, you're not whatever. And I'm just like, okay, high five, Lucy. And high five and get off. Like, I hear you. Today is not your day to be in the driver's seat. Sorry.
I got to do this.
For sharing. Adios.
Yes. Adios.
Yeah. Because, guys, it's a choice.
Yeah.
I can choose to listen to Lucy, or I can choose to say, today is not your day. I'm choosing to believe that I am breathing, therefore I have a purpose. I have something to be here for.
Yes. I'm still, I had that talk with God this morning, actually. I'm still breathing, so I must have something to do for you today. Let me know what that is, please. I'll do that.
And I think that gets us to that intersection. You're saying, again, back to confidence is found at the intersection of courage and when you identify your purpose and the faith to walk in it. I mean, I think if you truly have your purpose, and like you say, you are a coach for those who say, I know what I want to do, help me get there. Some people may not be in that place yet, but once you know in your knower what you are supposed to be here for, and it's so on fire in you that you can't breathe unless you do it. the no's stop mattering as much, and the courage and confidence start building, because you just got to do it. And anybody you listen to, any sports, someone who is great in sports or great in business or top in any field, they're all very passionate because they've identified, this is my purpose.
But you know what? They've also been told no.
Right.
Michael Jordan didn't make the high school basketball team. He didn't quit. No.
Right.
But you know, the one thing that you just said, if they don't know their purpose or kind of are like floundering around with that, one of the things that I would say is, you know, we're all told, what's your passion? Start a business to follow your passion. And I just don't agree with that either.
I don't either.
Think, you know, what is a problem that pisses you off?
There, I love that.
Now, be the solution.
I love that.
What is your solution? And if it pisses you off, I guarantee you it pisses somebody else off, and they'll pay you to solve it.
Or, and I love that, but what came to my mind when you said that was, well, if I don't know of something that pisses me off, what would piss me off in the bigger picture of life is if I wasn't leaving a legacy to my children and my grandchildren. That would piss me off, because I had the wherewithal to do it. Whether I have 13 side hustles, or I'm a CEO of all of them, or I have a huge company like you do, Dr. Cortney, with several hundred employees, whatever it takes, the purpose is my family. The purpose, because I think some woman needs to hear that right now, because as a woman myself, in that maybe I'm not as educated as a lot of people, that has that confidence. I'm over it now, but it took me a long time to get over that. I don't have the degrees. I don't have the titles. I don't have that. Well, damn it, Darlene, what do you have? I have a fierce loyalty and love for my family, and I know other women out there do. Mm-hmm. That's your purpose.
Absolutely.
That's your purpose.
Yes. You got women out there that are doctor mommies. I mean, they have a doctorate in being mommy, and they have a doctorate in being a friend. They have a doctorate in being a daughter. That you walk in that, and that purpose can become like, wait a minute, this is my purpose. I'm really good at this. And now we live in this age where you can actually make that a side hustle some way. You can blog about it and get paid to do it.
Right.
Yeah. Or, you know, set up like some kind of something with your kids that they're working on a business through them with your guidance or whatever. And there is no judgment in whatever anybody's journey was,
right.
Or the fact that, you know, I went to get my doctorate because I wanted to solve that voice of Lucy, you're not enough, because you're a single teenage mom on Medicaid. So that was, you know, it wasn't like, you know, I felt so smart that I had to continue on. It was more, shut the F up, get out of here. I'll show you.
You can call me Dr. Courtney now. Thank you, Lucy. Yes.
Lucy, when you talk to me in that voice, it's Dr. Courtney.
Yes, thank you.
Bitch.
And it's still not your day, bitch.
It's still not your day.
That's funny you said that.
I love it.
I had to come to terms with the fact that going back to school to get a master's degree was for me to shut the little girl up who kept telling me that I was a quitter.
Like, I support quitters.
Yeah.
I support quitters. Quit and find out what works for you.
Yep.
There you go.
I quit all the stuff that I was going to fail at. I have shared this before, and I heard it on, and everyone should listen to the podcast, How I Built This, and the owner of Spanx. And I've shared it before, so I won't go through the whole thing. But the bottom line is, every week they had to come to the table and tell the story of what they failed at when they were kids. And I think every mother should incorporate this into your weekly dinner night, where you say, what'd you fail at this week? And they have to come up with something. So it was funny. They'd be like, I didn't make the school play. And so it was a badge of honor that they failed at something because they tried something and they didn't make it. Or I didn't win the race. I didn't win the race at track. So the whole mission for the week was to keep trying. So they had a story to tell to their dad, because they were actually kind of in trouble if they didn't share a story. They failed at something.
We all have read about Edison. I mean, hello, that's a given.
Yeah.
I mean, hundreds or thousands of times that he didn't create the light bulb. And somebody said, didn't you get depressed or whatever? And again, I wasn't there. I am old, but I wasn't there with Edison. And he's like, look at all the things I've found that, didn't work. And those also got patented. So, we look too much at what doesn't work and instead of what does. But I like that failure thing, Charlie. That's good, because a lot of people are so afraid of that. Well, I didn't make that, and I didn't make that, and good. Now you know what didn't work. That's okay.
Yeah.
That's okay.
I have 2 questions for you. One is coaching. So I know that you do private coaching. Why should women get coaching in business?
So you can save your time, energy, effort, and money, and really, because there's a ton of shiny objects out there. And if you really have narrowed down exactly what you want to do, and you want to make inroads to make it happen, then that's when you need a coach.
That's really good. But a lot of people, they'll be like, well, I can't afford it. And, you see everyone who's great in their field, especially in sports, they have coach. Everyone who's great in their field of business, men highly have coaches. They're business coaches. So
I don't want to hear I can't afford it. If you come to me and you got your nails done, you got your hair done, you got an iPhone, you're investing in everything except you.
Yes.
And you're the one that matters.
Preach.
You want to get all those fancy things? That's great. But get it with money that you have invested in you and you have created your legacy. I mean, and you don't have to have a 8-figure company to do it. But if you're not fulfilling your soul need to do something and walk in your intersection of courage and faith to find your confidence, and you're trying to find your confidence externally, you're never going to find it. And you're going to go broke doing that.
Right. Whoa.
So why not bet on the one thing you can change and you can affect and control?
That's good. That's good. Everyone needs to hear that out there. And if you are out there right now and you're saying, well, I just got started, I don't know what to do, this is a really good time. And I promise you, if you want something bad enough, you will find a way. If you don't want it bad enough, you will find an excuse. Because I tell you what, if you wanted something, you'd be selling, garage selling, Etsy selling, you'd find a way. You'd be making stuff and selling. You'd find a way to pay for the stuff that you really want. I just firmly believe that. I firmly do. Okay, we're big readers here. And we believe that leaders are readers and readers are leaders. Yep. What are your favorite books? What are the books that you think these changed my life, or these, and that, these I recommend, or these that changed my life?
Ooh.
Sorry, that was a throw you at. We just threw that one at you.
Yeah. I'm a big reader, but I've read, things like Redeeming Love, by Francine Rivers. That was so good.
We are best friends now. I love me some Francine Rivers.
I cannot read that book. I almost said stupid book. I cannot read that book without bawling my eyes out. It's so good. That and you did throw me. Like what? Because I read all kinds of random stuff. I do have a book called Unlimited: Conquering the Myth of the Glass Ceiling, which I wrote, and it's amazing.
I love that confidence. Did you hear that? And it's amazing.
It is.
Girl,
it is so good.
I love it.
It's right here.
Okay. Love it.
And we will be posting links to all of Dr. Cortney's books and how you can find her as well on show notes and YouTube and everything. So yeah.
All the things.
I
love your website. It's so good.
Thank you.
I love it. I
stalked it. Hang out with y'all all day.
Oh, sure. Here we are.
Here we are.
Here we are. We're still here. Well, I'm excited. We would love to have you back. We absolutely come back in and be our resilience coach, hopping in, giving women some words of encouragement and tools. More importantly, that's one of the things. Again, I want to repeat: go and subscribe to her podcast, because Women in Business, because you are going to get tools. It isn't just, we just said, blowing smoke up your hootie hoo. You actually are going to get, because then you make weird sounds. but it's actually tools. You actually are going to be able to say, you heard this, and you're like, oh, I need to call my accountant, or oh, I need to get an accountant, or oh, I need to check this out, or oh, I never knew. It will help your mind shift. I'm a subscriber. I want my mind to shift because I want to be a businesswoman. And there's a word I heard, Dr. Cortney, that I don't know why it hit me so hard. I was reading a book by Brendan Burchard, and he just used the word in passing, like world class, and it was like the words leapt off the page, bold, highlighted, world class. And I just hit me. I thought, I love those two words, world class. I want to be world class. And it was just a picture of a woman to me. It was that avatar of the person that I want to walk in. I want to be world class. Even my intention today was, there's a couple things, what did I set my intention to is I'm going to be world class at this today. And I love that
Be
word.
it till you believe it.
Yes.
I am world class.
Yes.
I'm a world class.
There you go. Fill in the blank. Darlene is sticking up the Post-it note of her saying, believe it. Be it till you believe.
Be it till you believe it.
Yeah. Love it. Thank you. Thank you for coming and hanging out with us. Promise you're coming back?
Anytime. Y'all let me know.
Pinky swear.
All right, pinky swears. We're good. All right. And for all of those who are on our VIP or in our group, on Facebook group, you want to head over there because we're going to do a little extra special session for y'all over there, and we will catch you there later. Bye-bye.